Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Aquarius, we're going to see how you've changed, my friends, and we're going to do it in kind of a unique way. We're going to look at you then and now, as well as the lesson that you haven't fully learned and the lesson that you have fully learned. So we're going to utilize the Archangel deck and the Fairy Oracle deck, and then I have, to clarify everything towards the end, I have the teeny tiny Witch's Tarot. So yeah, we're going to kind of, so by looking at this, we'll see what sort of angel guidance was around you in the past, what that might have been surrounding in your life, as well as any challenges that you were facing. And then, yeah, and then applying that into the now. So let's see how you've changed, Aquarius. How have my aqua babies changed? Aquarius. How have you changed? Okay, in the past you have relationship harmony. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So there was something that was resolved in the past in some sort of relationship dynamic that you had with someone or a group of people. So, okay, that's nice. So there's some sort of resolution here that you worked through or that you surmounted in the past. And then now you have, so that was Archangel Raguel, and this is Archangel Azrael. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. So, I don't know, maybe there's obviously, I'm going to say there's two things that are obvious with this card for me. The first and foremost is that there are ancestors around you at this time. Don't know why. I mean, sometimes you can have more energy around us in terms of ancestor guide, spiritual guidance, and that can be because it's a particularly important time for you. Like maybe you're going through something really hard and there's a lot of difficult energies around you and they're protecting you. Doesn't feel like that to me though. I'm going to tell you what I'm feeling like here, which is one of the other reasons you can have a lot of guidance around you. There is a sense of energy protection, and I'm almost seeing like a path, or you're coming towards maybe even a fork in the road, and there's some decisions that you have to make about where you're going to go, and these decisions could kind of change the course of your life, like what you're going to be focusing on for the next while, or where you could end up, you know, like in 10 years from now. You're making the steps right now to do those to engage in those choices, resulting in who knows where you go. And I feel like, so there's like, so maybe you're worried about the forks in the road or the path. So it's just to let go of these worries. You have a lot of guidance around you right now. You have a lot of angelic guidance. If you're particularly close to someone that you are close to who has passed away, I would say that that's a message that they're around you right now to help you as well. So, all right, I'm not going to tell you what the lessons fully learned and not is yet. You will get there. We will get there. All right, the underline is divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Gifts from God. We angels bring you gifts from your creator. Open your arms to receive. Clear your space. Get rid of clutter. Well, that's interesting that you have those two coming together. Clear the energy around you and use feng shui. So the fact that you have some sort of gifts coming in for you, some sort of opportunity. It could even be like a gift within yourself that you're opening up, a talent that you never really knew that you had. And then to clear your space, right? It's like make room for this. Make room for this energy to come in for you, whatever way this energy comes in, whether it's in some sort of physical form or it's some sort of moment for you where you're like, oh, look what I can do. I didn't know I was able to do that. And divine order. So, you know, everything is kind of happening as it should. And most of the time it does, if you're kind of doing things for the higher good of yourself. I know sometimes people can say, well, I'm in a really shitty situation, But I guess that's just part of my journey. Not necessarily. There might have been some choices that you made, right, that took you down a path that were not part of your higher good. We're all quite capable of doing that. So let's see how the fairies play into this. Okay, relationship harmony, wish wisely. So there's something that you wished for. I'm kind of getting too, like there could have been something that you wished for and indirectly it caused some sort of harmony in a relationship, like it made that happen. You know, just an example of that is, let's say, someone at work that you don't particularly get along really well with, or, you know, there may not even be any animosity or malevolence in the relationship, but there's just, maybe you just don't click, you just don't jive. And you may have had a wish for yourself here that, you know what, I would love to do this and this and that at work, or I don't know. And you get it. And because of that, it changes like the people that you're around, or it changes who you spend more of your time with. And it's almost like indirectly removes you away from a relationship that was maybe not very comfortable for you. So you made some sort of a wish in the past and this brought relationship harmony, whether that's directly wishing for relationship harmony or you wished for something else and as an indirect effect, it caused relationship harmony. So hello from heaven. Inner child, the fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. Oh, that's cute. You should go out and have a good time. Let go of worries. Have some fun. Allow things to flow here. And feel loving blessings coming in. There is something coming in for you. Oh, how did that happen? That's the underline. That was upside down. Get ready to receive something. So have a good time. Don't worry about what it is. Make sure I want to say too, like clear your space. I'm also saying like, you know, keep your time open for the things that you want to do, or even just to have like movement in your day and flexibility. Kind of be open here to shift and changes. You know, maybe you're standing at a crossroads and you're not really sure, which way should I go? What should I do? Oh, just play something fun. Stand at the crossroads of life. Go on and have some fun here and see which way the wind starts blowing you. All right, I'm going to show you the lessons in a second here. That's an interesting lesson that you're still learning. Well, you really got the whole wish thing down. I want to say that. I think you got the whole wish thing down. Okay, well, this is interesting underlying here too. You have moderation followed by temptation. And then you have motivation and believe in magic. I think, okay, well, let's read both. Okay, moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthfully. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Okay, right? Like, oh, hi, Larry. The window's open, so he's going to be in and out all day, I'm sure. Temptation. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. So, and then motivation. I'm wondering if some of you need to find some motivation here to get past some, I don't know, some sort of bad eating habit, something that you ingest. We ingest all sorts of things. I mean, we ingest things with our eyes and our ears, our mouths, something that you ingest. You ingest it. Bless you, Larry. There's one of the plants in my house is flowering. And I think it's making him sneeze like crazy because when he's outside, he's not sneezing. And it just started yesterday and I noticed, oh, this plant is flowering. I think that's what it is. You get to hear his manly sneeze. Believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are part of nature. Bless you. You are magical too. I might have to put the plant somewhere. I don't know where to put the plant. That's funny. There's been a lot of northern lights lately. It's kind of, I predicted it. I don't think you had to really be intuitive to predict it, though. There's a lot of solar flares going on. It's inevitable. Sometimes you just have to know some shit. So, moderation, temptation, and motivation. Y'all need to get motivated here to get past something that tempts you. You're feeding off of something that's not healthy for you. It doesn't feel like it's downright horrible. Like, you know, if it's a hard narcotic addiction, you probably can't get away with just a little bit of it. Like, you need to cold turkey that one and get the help you need for it. But, you know, it could be something like a glass of wine. Like maybe you started off with a glass of wine once a week. This is my special dinner night. I'm going to have a glass of wine. And then you're like, well, you know, Saturday and Sunday are good nights for glasses of wine. And then maybe Friday too. And then before you know it, maybe you're having like a whole bottle of wine. I had a friend who was having a whole bottle of wine a night. She took a lot of wine. There's something going on here. So it's an underline to motivate you. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. So that's it. It's time to do some shit. Do something. Aquarius. Chop chop. Oh, I didn't show you your lessons here. Gentleness. So this is what the lesson you're still working on. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surrounding yourself with gentle people, situations, environments. So that just tells me, like, without even looking at the fairy card, that you're probably your worst critic or your harshest critic in life, or you look back on things and you're probably harder on yourself than anybody else is. So, you know, you gotta be, maybe that's something that you have an addiction to. You know, every once in a while slipping into, again, because it's something you consume, some things that you tell yourself in terms of negative self-talk, being a harsh critic with yourself. And then healing. Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. So what is with that at the end, right? Like, yes, even you. Maybe there's things that you've done in the past and you feel kind of, I don't know, maybe a little bit guilty or bad about it, or I shouldn't have done it quite like that, or I was in a bad place at that point in time and I didn't do the best things, or, you know, I'm not really worthy of helping others out here. There's something about, you know, maybe even helping others out, but you need to be a little kinder to yourself. That's the lesson that you're still learning. Now, the lesson that you full on learned here, y'all are good at wishes. All is well. Pure intention. So all is well. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand. So, I mean, you get that. It kind of feels like you're in some way here, you've proven manifestation to yourself and you understand how to use it. You're just hard on you. Why are you hard on you? Maybe you've manifested some things or some situations in the past that you think, oh shit, it's a bit of a shit show. What's going on there? Pure intention. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. You get it. So I don't know, maybe you've learned some things in the past, like maybe you've tried to manifest some things in the past, and maybe those manifestations you were using energy not in its purest form. You may have tried to, one of the things that I say sometimes on my channel is like, don't manifest a person or a specific thing. Manifest the characteristics of that or them. And even just how you want to feel, what you would like to experience and feel in your life without including, you know, other people or places in that manifestation, because now you're intentionally working against others' energy. Because like, let's say you're trying to manifest a person. Well, if that person is not at all interested in you, or you're not part of their journey, or, you know, their free will, that's not good. Like, you could really screw things up for yourself and other people. So there's just something here, because there's a lot of cards on the table talking about, like, you know, making some pretty good wishes, and these wishes create harmony in your life. Maybe you've created harmony in your life and it was for your higher good, but maybe it was difficult for other people. And, you know, and you're like, well, gee, I wish it didn't have to be that way. You know, that could be part of it too. But this feels a little bit more like you're kind of realizing what your strength and your power is, and that you should use it. I just heard you should use it professionally. So, oh, maybe. I guess you could be a professional manifester. Or you could help people manifest things too, perhaps. Maybe you're sort of like a self-help. You do something in that with people. Are you telling people what they want? Have you been? I feel like right now, like, you're on a pretty good path, but there's some sort of, like, why can't you be gentle to yourself, or find gentle places? Or you find yourself in scenarios where maybe people need more healing than what you have to give too. So the lesson that you're learning definitely has something about being gentle with yourself, and perhaps also recognizing that even if there's things that you've done in your past that weren't the best things, that you still have a capacity to help others to heal. But to do that, you have to be, like, gentle with yourself as well. You guys are really going to benefit at the end of my reading. Was like, be gentle with yourself. I've never stopped saying it. I don't remember what point I started saying it. But it just kind of seems like, yeah, that's the thing that people are usually, I think that's a very common. I don't know if we ever master it, because I think in some elements, when we do beat ourselves up a little bit about the past, it's also about, like we've evolved and we're looking, but, you know, it's just not to be hard on yourself, because you become more aware of how your actions and desires affect others. So then, relationship harmony and wish wisely. The Four of Swords and the Page of Swords. Now, this is funny, because this honestly feels like, now, it could be something indirect. It feels a little more strongly like something indirect that you wished for. But with the Four of Swords and the Page of Swords, this really has a feeling of standing back. Like giving somebody space maybe, and by giving them space, you produce harmony in the relationship. Or somebody gave you space and that produces harmony in the relationship. It produces some kind of healing. So you could also go with that, like time heals all wounds, they say. Probably pretty close. But yeah, I mean, I haven't experienced all wounds and I don't want to. But I think for the most part, it can. So that's curious. You might have needed some time away from someone or some people. Now, let's look at what we got going on now. You got Hello from Heaven. Let's see what that specifically is talking about. Hello from Heaven. The Seven of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Oh, what? This is almost kind of feeling like you have some ancestors that want to connect with you, or some sort of intuitive guidance that wants to be delivered to you, but you're defensive about it for some reason. That's odd. I didn't expect to pull that out. I'm wondering if there's some sort of a path or a journey that you're meant to take, or some sort of action that you're meant to engage in, and you're apprehensive about it. It's almost like you kind of know you should do it, but you don't want to know. If I don't look over there, I won't have to do it. I don't know. Because your angels are trying to connect with you and talk with you, but you seem like you're blocking it off somehow. Maybe you're not intentionally blocking that off. How is this getting blocked off? The Eight of Wands and the Hierophant. Oh, okay. Remember I said it's like you're standing at like a fork in the road. I want to say, I feel like you're looking down this lane, that road, right? Because there's something about like swift movement here. So, and like, this just feels like somebody, I know what I got to do. I know what my commitment is here. I know which direction I'm going in. I'm getting ready to move. I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to communicate, take action. But it's almost like your angels are saying, you were trying to get your attention over here on this path, but you're so highly focused over here, you're missing something. Inner child, I think you're supposed to go down a path of fun. The Hierophant is not necessarily fun. It's anything but fun most of the time. Anything but fun most of the time. And not to say that these aren't important energies to be in, like Hierophant. Deep commitment to people around you, to the things that you are working on and creating. You're supposed to be having fun. And it's right, like even look at this, like the Ace of Wands is fun. It's excitement, it's inspiration. It's like, come back. I don't know if this is like something that you're consciously aware of, or, be gentle with yourself. Okay, you might even be a bit of a workaholic. You might even be a little bit of a workaholic. And your angels are like, yo, go and have some fun. Have a commitment to this. I need to do this. Inner child. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. The King of Swords, the Nine of Swords, Temperance, and the Page of Pentacles. Oh, Lord. No, you are, this is almost like the energy of someone who's like a doctor, a lawyer. This is somebody who thinks a lot. The King of Swords, Aquarius. There's someone who thinks a lot. Very strategic. Your mind is always going. Now with Temperance and the Page of Pentacles, this kind of feels like taking a break from thinking about stuff. Not everything has to be thought out and planned, and not everything has to be serious and adult, right? Because the Page of Pentacles, that's like studious learning, but kind of in a, a physical sense here. Where am I going today? What is this path? Pray tell, what is this path? It's like what your angels want to say, like, look over here, look over here. Have some fun. Stop thinking yourself into a mental catastrophe. I don't know, Mike, why are you so committed with this Hierophant energy? The Wheel of Fortune, the World, and the Seven of Swords. There's something here that's not... All right, it just has a feeling of... It feels like there's something that you didn't do above board, which is kind of funny because it's coming up with the Gentleness card, right? Like being too hard on yourself, being the worst critic you could have. Well, and the King of Swords, right? And the Nine of Swords, this is very critical. This is very, very critical. Maybe too much self-analyzation here. I'm going to say these cards that came out, it honestly feels like to me that you feel like you have unfinished business in some avenue of your life. And you feel like you have that unfinished business because it feels like you didn't do it right. You didn't do something right. Or you didn't... Also because you have the King of Swords, you didn't live up to your own expectations in some manner here. Let it go. honestly, that's kind of what it feels like here, is the angels are trying to say to you, let it go. Have some fun. Do something fun. Let it go. You know, have you ever, like, trying to think. I can't think of anything recently from my own life. But there's been times where, you know, oh, I actually, yeah, no, I can think of something. I can think of something. Yeah, it was one of my great uncles, and him and I, we used to razz together all the time. It was one of my grandpa's brothers, and I'm a bit of a smart mouth. And, you know, I don't know, I was probably like between the ages of 6 and 8, and I said something, and it went a little too far, and I could tell that it hurt his feelings. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I really wasn't old enough to know how to fix that either. And then I always felt bad. And I think there was a family get-together or something coming up. I just remember this because it really clung to me because I really loved him. I was like, I feel so bad. What I said, like, it didn't... and I ruminated on this for weeks, knowing that this family gathering was coming up. And I didn't share it with anybody because... I don't know why I looked into that. There's something that I have in my chart. It's like, no, I'm not going to share that. I'm going to keep it all inside. And because an adult probably could have helped me with it. But it was like this energy that I'm picking up where it's not necessarily like something that, you know, well, you have bad character. You know, you need to look at that. And no, it's just kind of like it's this energy. That's exactly what this feels like. It's like, oh, so now, like, how is he going to look at me? Is he going to want to talk to me? And it didn't seem to bother him as much as it bothered me when I got to this family function. And it's funny that I remember, like, I had to reach for it there because it is quite a distant memory, but it really affected me in terms of how I felt, because I felt really bad because I really loved him. I really liked him. We had a great time together all the time. And it took a while. Like, I guess there was still a little bit of like awkwardness. But no, he was, I don't even think he ruminated. So that's the thing that I'm saying too. Like, it's funny, like sometimes we can do things right, or we can feel like we said the wrong thing at the wrong time, or, oh, I shouldn't have done it that way. And then you just think about this over and over and over again. Well, oh, the person probably thinks this. They're probably not even thinking about it at all. But like, you know, often it comes to that. So anyways, gentleness and healing. The Six of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. I think maybe it just flipped back. Okay. The Six of Wands and the, so being gentle with yourself. Some sort of, okay. Now this also has the feeling like there might have been something that you did. Let's like say it was on a professional level with the Three of Pentacles. And you know how like, you know, you can have friends at work. You do have to be careful with that, but you can. But let's say you're both going for the same promotion or opportunity. You know, you got to kind of put the friendship aside a little bit and do the best that you can. There might have been something that you succeeded in an avenue that wasn't personal. But then it's almost like, oh, but then how does that affect the personal relationship? That's coming in here as well. And there's also, I just want to say, like, I think you're too hard on yourself in terms of healing things with people in the past. Because there's success showing up here and success to build something. And maybe there is that, like, getting some sort of success in some element of your life here where there could be other people, where you're working together with other people. But I don't know. You know, I don't know what the specifics are. But you're a good wisher. I'll tell you that. So wish for this to be healed. Did you wish for this to be healed? Maybe you did. Relationship harmony, wish wisely. To heal this, the Four of Swords, to heal it, the Page of Swords. To stand back and observe. All is well and pure intentions. The Magician. Damn, yeah, you got the Magician. The Ten of Pentacles and the Justice card. You know, I really feel like your intentions for things are pure. Maybe not all the time your process, like your process of what you're doing. I mean, we're all fumbling through life. Nobody gave us a manual, right? So, yeah, I mean, this is really successful. You kind of understand that things are happening in a way. You're working in conjunction with the universe. You seem to understand that really well, but you're harsh on yourself. The Sun, the Six of Swords and the Sun. Yeah, you're on your way to really good days, man. Like, really, really good days. Don't be so hard on yourself, is I think what I would say in this reading. And also, like, allow yourself to have some fun. Yeah. Because it's also, you know, you got the Hierophant in the World and the Wheel of Fortune. There's something big here. Like a path that you ruminate on about, was I don't know. I'm trying to get the words for it. It's okay. How would I describe it? I'm going to go with this because I'm being shown a football game. Maybe that's the easiest way to do it. And let's say you're playing football. You learn to play, I guess maybe for people out in Europe, maybe rugby, family football. But so you had a friend and you grew up together and you learned how to throw and catch together, right? And then you joined a football team together, the high school football team, and then you went on to college, university, and you played like sort of, I guess, oh no, that wouldn't be semi-professional, but, and then you end up professional players, right? And you've always played together with this person. You've always played together with this person. They were always your teammate. So then, like, you kind of get into, now you're adults and you're on different teams. You know this person's weaknesses. You know that if you kind of, you deke left, but then throw right, you'll throw them off. Like, you know how this person reads the game. And now you're playing against them. But you're playing against that. You have to play for your team, right? Like, there's something about that here. You have to play for your team. And so now you find yourself, and I feel like this is something from the past. So when I say now you find yourself, I'm speaking of like how you were existing in the present in some past moment. And you find yourself thinking like, well, is it fair? Because I have an advantage over this person. Maybe there's something that you can intuitively pick up on people that your friend never did. So, you know, you always kind of would have had an advantage over them in this scenario that you're in now. But it's highlighted because of, I don't know why, but it's like that. It's like this, somehow you could take advantage of a situation. I don't feel like you did take advantage of a situation. I feel like you played for your team. That's how I would describe this. It's like you played for your team, and perhaps by playing for your team, it did make this other player look bad, and this was your friend. I don't know. Obviously, it's not going to be that scenario for everyone. But like, I'm really grasping at straws here to figure out how I can describe this, because it's like you didn't do anything wrong is what I'm trying to say. But it's almost like it was the situation and the scenario that made it feel wrong. I hope that's coming through. So you won the game. You did, with the Six of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. But you're not being gentle with yourself. It's like you beat yourself up for it because you won the game. You know, and maybe after the game, your friend, well, maybe they didn't want to talk to you right away, or maybe they didn't want to talk to you for a while. And so you give it time, right? Like, you give it time. That's what I see then, because that allows it to heal. Maybe they felt like a fool playing against you, or maybe, yeah. But you see what I'm saying? It wasn't you, it was the situation. That took a while to pull it out. I'm sorry, some of you are impatient. But hey, I got to keep struggling until I get what I really feel like is here. And that's what I feel like is here. It's not that you did something wrong. It's just you really couldn't come out winning both ways. So honestly, you really honestly did probably the best thing for your own higher good and the higher good of your teammates and the people that are paying you $1 million a game or whatever, right? Yeah. So that's what I have, Aquarius. I'm going to go do the extended. The extended should be interesting. In the extended, I'm going to look at the archetype deck. Using the archetype deck, I'm going to see what archetypal energy you're transforming right now. And then I'm also going to pull out what archetypal energy you're going to be embodying the most in the future. And that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.